And Cotto contemptuously throws Torres to the canvas to end the round.
Next one, he loses point.
Immediately following tonight's live boxing, stick around for the premiere of Countdown to Tarver Jones 3, a documentary-style look at the lives of Antonio Tarver and Roy Jones, rivals since childhood. Next Saturday on HBO pay-per-view, they fight for the third time to settle once and for all who's better.
Consuelo, estás haciendo una peleona. Oíste, ya pasaste la crisis. Ya tiró los...
Low blows by Cotto. Just south of the border of that one. On the hip, that one. I've come to the conclusion, Jim, that we need more of these late substitutes.
This is tremendous excitement. I mean, obviously, Castillo-Corrales ranks in a class by itself so far as the fight of the year, but these first 3 rounds would be a candidate for fight of the year thus far if it continues this way. Cotto landed 38 power shots in round 3. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, 28, 27, 2 rounds to 1, Miguel Cotto. Jim, I gotta tell you, in round 1, I scored a 10-8 Cotto, but I gotta tell you, Ricardo Torres did come back to stagger him. A judge could go 10-9 on that stagger. In the second round, Ricardo Torres scored a clean knockdown. I went 10-8 Ricardo Torres because he knocked Cotto off his feet. But in the third round, I actually thought that Ricardo Torres faked it twice. He wanted to see, you know, if David Fields would take away a point. Those shots were on the name, you know, where his name is, and they just weren't low.
And I am told that our interpreter, Jerry Olaya, heard the people in Torres' corner between rounds telling their fighter, if he hits you low again, go down and make an act out of it, try to get a point deduction. Which makes sense, incidentally.
It only makes sense if you don't have a lot of dignity.
Hard right hand to the body.
Cotto's body punches are gradually breaking Torres down.
Oh, good body shots right to the body, which is seldom seen, right under that left armpit.
Yeah, you're right, George. I agree. It makes a certain competitive sense, but not honorable sense.
No, I mean, this is all about honor when it all boils down to it. Win, lose, or draw. Get some honor into it.
Another body shot by Cotto. Gradually hammering away at Torres' ribcage to try to take away the fire, which gave him so much trouble in round 2.
Got to respect though Torres, though. He's got some right hand. Cotto is starting to relax a little bit, and that's when the trouble starts.
Left hook to the body, landing with considerable frequency, and that's what led to the delayed reaction knockdown of Torres. George, he just can't handle the liver shot.
Oh, that body.
I'm not sure anybody can, Jim.
When you found a good meat, you go right back to that grocery counter, and that's
There's
what he's
the
doing.
left hook to the body again, setting up a big left hook upstairs. Miguel Cotto is starting to have his way with Eduardo Torres.
The jab has been a little more effective now. Cotto is jabbing, and that jab is knocking, that stiff jab is knocking Torres' head back.
Everything becomes more effective once he starts to land that hook to the body.
And Cotto is trying to get him to throw his jab a little bit so he can counter underneath a little bit.
Breathe. Breathe. Keep breathing. Breathe deeply. That's it. He's ready. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. Jab in the right. Jab in the right. Cut off the ring. Don't follow him. Cut off the ring. Slowly. Pace yourself.
Did that body punch knock Torres down, or did he go down deliberately in order to get the attention of the referee? That's what it appeared to do right there.
If he was doing it to get the attention of the referee, he waited too long. He waited a couple seconds and thought about it, I guess. But one way or another, The left hook to the body led to the knockdown, which gave Miguel Cotto a 10-8 round and perhaps a significant working margin on the scorecards, as Harold Letterman, the first round, as Harold Letterman pointed out, the first round could have been 10-8 Cotto, or it could have been 10-9 Torres.
When you're a good fighter and you take a replacement instead of another good fighter, you're at the disadvantage because you're not prepared for this guy. But then on the other hand, a good fighter only get these kind of fights when they catch him out of shape. And that's probably why he's got that fight. So the longer this fight goes for Torres, the better for Cotto, because he's caught him by surprise.
Well,
you can't
the classic
say no.
case in recent years, of course, was Lennox Lewis, Vitaly Klitschko. Having switched from Kurt Johnson to Vitaly Klitschko with about 2 weeks to go, Lennox Lewis wound up in an entirely different style fight. What a left hook to the body. 2 in a row. Vicious. And Lennox had to survive a night when he was clearly not at his best. Cotto's going through very much the same thing here. But he's putting his imprint on the fight with that brutal left hook to the body. Torres lands a couple shots upstairs. Cotto just kind of biding his time and waiting. Oh, Cotto badly hurt with a right hand that busted him straight on the chops. Cotto focusing too much on the left hook to the body, and there Torres saw the chance to unload upstairs with the right.
You just can't relax with a genuine puncher. Each time you got to realize, I can't get hit. You're going to stand in front of him.
Oh, Torres busting Cotto again with the right, and now Cotto holding on. Cotto backs away again without holding on. He's hurt the same way he was in the second round. If Cotto doesn't grab and hold, he may soon go down from a straight right hand. What we're getting in the 140-pound fight is what we're expecting and hoping for in the heavyweight fight.
Yeah, you're not going to see this in the heavyweights.
Knockdowns in almost every round. Huge punches landing over and over. Miguel Cotto's been batted around the ring from pillar to post by right hands from Ricardo Torres here. And Cotto bought himself some time by throwing Torres into the ring post.
And it was real smart, Cotto. You get his fault when you get a guy staggering, go as far away from him as you can and recover yourself. Make him walk to you. Stop things.
Over and over and over in this fight, it appears Miguel Cotto has unwisely elected to trade upstairs with a fighter who has faster hands.
You just cannot allow yourself to be hit by Torres. That's the problem. If you're going to duck, duck. If you're going to dodge, dodge. But don't get hit thinking it's not going to hurt you.
Blood streaming from Cotto's mouth as he tries to sledgehammer Torres with a left hook to the body again to slow down the Colombian's assault. Tremendous round for Ricardo Torres, who once again hammered Miguel Cotto with power shots.
Come on, are you crazy? Don't exchange punches with him, you crazy? You leave yourself open. He wants to catch you with that right hand. Listen, first with the left, and then come in over with pressure and push him back.
Torres, looking tired from that vicious body attack from Cotto, suddenly exploded again with a second win and 8 or 10 or 12 more punches.
It's been a wild seesaw battle through 5 rounds for Miguel Cotto in the blue and white striped trunks and Ricardo Torres in the yellow and blue and orange trunks. You can see Harold Letterman's scorecard with Cotto 1 point ahead through the 5th round. Some scorecards could have Torres ahead depending on how the first round was scored. Power shots in round 5. Ricardo Torres took the lead, landing 19 of them, and many of them very hard blows.
Cotto is having to stagger around and wait a little bit, and this is what you don't want to do. You have Torres on the move. You got him a little tired. You can't give him a break because all he does is suck up the oxygen and come back and hurt you. You can't just stand there and not do anything.
You heard Evangelista Cotto, Cotto's uncle and trainer in the corner, saying, what in the world are you doing trading with him? You're leaving yourself open.
He didn't get hurt by trading. He got hurt by just laying on the ropes waiting for a shot.
These are two unbeaten young fighters. Neither one thinks they can lose. Neither one wants to yield to the other.
Both looked a little discouraged between rounds.
Now this is a fight that goes to the corner. Who can refresh these guys? When they go to the corner, you don't want to hear a lot of information. Just get Cotto back awake. And the same with Torres. Who's going to refresh him? Make him get his energy back round by round. Make that minute rest.
Is this the kind of fight in which a trainer should be careful about trying to make tactical adjustments because so much is going on for the fighter?
That's right. Get some ice down. Even lower him into his cup. Ice behind the neck. Rub him. Make him confident. Don't talk too much.
Should Cotto be boxing more?
Well, Cotto is doing his best because he's, at the same point, he's recovering from shots too. You just cannot stand in front of this guy and not do anything. That's what Cotto cannot do. Don't stand in front of him and not do something.
So far, Torres appears to be taking a blow in this round.
Torres more given to fighting in spurts. Cotto more likely to fight the full 3 minutes of every round, at least so far.
Everything is fine as long as Cotto is active. When you get inactive, this is when Torres decides, I'm going to hit you with something, and it hurts.
As you can see, it's round 6 of a scheduled 12. This has been the least active of the 6 rounds so far, largely because, as Larry Merchant pointed out, it appears Ricardo Torres is trying to get a rest.
The difference is Torres can take Cotto's best shot. Cotto staggers when he hits.
Just as you say that,
what was I ever wrong?
Just as you say that, a straight right hand puts Torres on one knee and gives Cotto a further scoring margin in the fight, which could turn out to be critical.
What we have here, folks, is Hurricane Torres and Hurricane Cotto colliding.
Don't talk about hurricanes. Or tornadoes.
Our society is wearing them like a rash right now.
You gotta react, man. You understand? He's gonna come on top of you. He's gonna come for you. Move yourself, and be precise with your punches. Up with the hooks, and then throw your